Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a beautiful, a functional, and free academic website in as little as 60 minutes. So this will take 2 minutes, but I'm going to tell you why an academic website is needed for anyone in academia. And it's essentially because an academic website for anyone in academia is the best reputation manager. So I always say this is the best academic websites are the ones that exist and are updated regularly. So whether you are an assistant professor, a PhD candidate, or a tenure track academic, you need your own academic website because a profile page at your university or an account on academia.edu is simply not enough. Now, why? It's because you do not have control over the content or management of that information on those platforms. So solely relying on third-party platforms is like relying on information sharecropping or on sharecropping digital real estate, if that even makes sense. So start taking control of your reputation because here are the facts. If you do not have your own website, then you leave your reputation in the hands of the unpredictable, angry mess that is the internet. And Google will create a reputation for you through the chaos of their algorithm. And on top of that, your top search results that come back to anyone who searches your name will probably return, number one, your institution's name or department, and number two, your Rate My Professor webpage that we all know is a mess in anyone's case. So simply put, if you do not own your own personal website, preferably with your name in the domain, then you risk losing credibility in one of the most professional industries, academia. The goal is to have Google return your personal academic website first, and then you want that result to be followed by your social media profiles, if you have any, and then followed by direct links to your publications in that order. Now, how do you achieve this though? So no one has actually walked through the process for academics of setting up a website, getting the domain name, and building all of the pages to perfection. So as a web developer who spent 3 years in academic research, it is my privilege to walk my respected academics through the academic website creation process. Now, I have this little agenda set up, so pop that there. Essentially, if you can write emails, which I know all of you do, then you can make your dream website. So this is what you need. I'm on the first resource right now. All of the resources we'll be using are free except for namecheap.com, which is if you want to buy your own custom website domain. So let me get to that later. First, we have brizzy.cloud. So I'll walk you through all of these, how to use these, but I'm just going to introduce these resources that we'll be using today. These are the only resources you will need. You will need Brizzy Cloud, and you're going to scroll down, and we'll do this later together, all the way down to their pricing, and you're going to use their forever free plan. Trust me, it's all you really need. Then you're going to be using getterms.io to create a privacy policy and terms of conditions legal page so that you can legally protect your website. This is the bare minimum, but it's better than having nothing. Then you're going to use unsplash.com. These are free, extremely high quality photos that you can use to decorate your website for free, and everything is legal. You can visit their license page, which I might just do in case you are curious. This is their license page, and you do not need to ask permission from or provide credit to the photographer or Unsplash, although it is appreciated. So you do not have to give credit for using these photos. This is the best website for free to use photos that you can use for commercial and non-commercial purposes. So I'm going to go back to the home page here. And lastly, the only paid resource we will be using is namecheap.com for you to get your custom domain, whether you just want it to be drcherylharper.com or just cherylharper.com. Though you need to pay for a domain. So if you're confused about technology, this is how I explain it. So you're going to hear terms like website hosting and a website domain name. Your website hosting is essentially the plot of digital real estate you are buying on the internet. That is your website hosting, because then you're going to build your website, which is the house, on top of that piece of real estate. And then you're going to need your website domain name, which is your mailbox, which is your address, right? So you need those three things. You're going to need your digital real estate, which is your website hosting, your plot of land on the internet. That is what website hosting is. And then you need your website, which is essentially your house that you're building on that plot of digital real estate. And then you need your website domain name, which is your digital address on your mailbox. That's what it is. So if you want a custom one, then you will need to pay for it. It's really not that expensive. It's between $9 to $12 per year. So it's pretty cheap. But there is an option if you want it to be free. It's usually with a subdomain, which I will show you later. If you are really on a budget, which I know how poor some of you PhD candidates are, then you can go the complete free route. It won't make you look as credible, but it's not a deal breaker, because I mean, it's really not that a deal breaker. As long as your website is on a credible, secure, and functioning website that looks good and matches your professional aesthetic, you're already really on your way to internet success. I'll just put it that way. So if you are worried about the price and you do want to look for coupons, I understand. Namecheap.com does have year-round coupons if you are concerned about the price, and always go for this one, the one that says registration and transfer, because if you scroll down here, you will see that a .com registration, which is preferred, by the way, it will reduce the price from I think it's about $12 to $8.68 plus the ICANN fee. This is a legal fee, so you can't get out of that. No matter where you buy your website domains from, you're always going to run into this 18-cent fee. Now, if you did not notice, this is the URL to go access the coupons. Do not worry, these will always be here. So you don't have to, there's no urgency, to buy your domain name today, right? But they will always be here so that you can save a couple dollars for your first year. Again, this isn't every year. It's not going to be $8.68 every year. It's going to go up to the normal price the second year, but you still do save a couple dollars. So I just wanted to mention that. Now, I just want to tell you people who do not want to make your own website, don't worry. You can skip the rest. I'll talk about an option for you that I offer with my website design agency that is essentially a done-for-you website service for academics, and it's affordable. We will keep the price at $99 as a one-time fee. So if you do not want to make your own website, go to the very end of this video where I explain that service. Right now, I want to focus on creating the website for you other academics who are really determined to make your own website from scratch, and I will show you how. So let's get started. Let me just make sure I have everything here. All right, now remember that you can pause and rewind and watch this video as many times as you want. Slow it down, speed it up, I really don't care. This is your website. You can customize it however you want. Think of this as an academic website template, okay? So first, what I want you to do is go to brizzy.cloud. That's it. There's no .com. It's just brizzy.cloud, and you will get to this homepage. And I want you to scroll all the way down, because I know academics, they love to read the fine print. Some of them are lazy, but I know we all do care about the fine print. Now, what I want you to do is read through this, and if you do want to pay for the other ones, know that these are quite expensive, so I wouldn't really go for them. I don't suggest WordPress to academics because you do not need the complexity and the high maintenance costs and the security issues that come with maintaining a WordPress website. It is quite expensive to maintain. And if you are the kind of academic who just likes to let their website sit there and just, have your grad students update it every once in a while, you really don't need those extra costs, whether a grant is paying for it or not. So it doesn't really make sense to be using something as complicated and as security risk prone as WordPress if you are simply going to create a not so updated, not as content heavy website as other websites on the internet. So this is what I suggest, a non-WordPress website, and Brizzy is what we will be making today's website with. Again, it is forever free forever. So do not worry. I've been using them for my digital agency, so I do enjoy the interface. It is very easy. It's simple. It's drag and drop. You'll see in a minute. So what I want you to do is click Start for Free, and you'll be brought to the sign up page. Well, I'm already logged in. So you will sign up with your email, create a password, and then you will go to your dashboard. So pause this video, sign up as it says here, no credit card needed. You just need to enter your email and a password that you want. Then I will meet you in the next 5 seconds to begin working on your website. So pause this video and I'll see you in 2 seconds. All right. So if you are now on your dashboard, good job. So let's start creating your website. You probably don't have anything in your dashboard right now. I have multiple websites that I maintain. So all I want you to do is click the Create New Project button and give it some time to load. So that is now project 6 for me. It's probably just project number 1 for you. And I'm just going to rename it Academic Website Template and click outside of the box. Then I don't want you to worry about anything right now. I just want you to click Edit Project. It's going to bring you into the website editor. Now, don't be nervous. This is much less intimidating than you think it is. All you have to do, click this plus button. It's going to give you so many templates to work with. In fact, not only are these are just blocks, right? But not only do they have blocks, they also have full-on website kits with pages that are already pre-designed for you, whether they're religious, whether they're for restaurants, or whether they're for resorts and hotels. They have that for you. So you can go off of a complete website template with the pages already pre-designed for you, and then you just go off of there and making it your own. Or you can start from scratch. Now, what I'm going to do is essentially just show you from scratch the basic components that I think all academic websites should have. So I'm going to start in the blocks section. The first thing that you're going to need is a header. So I'm going to choose a header that I like. And since I don't think you guys have any phone numbers or anything like that, I might not use that one. I think I will use this one. So in case you have social media profiles, you can use that. And I'm actually going to click on this, click on the delete button, and then I'm going to replace this, make it email me. And then I'm going to delete this and change it to Dr. Email me. Hold on. Dr. Bob at Dr. at I went to MSU, so msu.edu. That is not a real email. Please don't try to email that internet. And then I'm going to try to change the icon by clicking this finger button and going to icon and then clicking the phone, typing email, and choosing an envelope. Then I'm going to ignore this first. You do not need a logo. If you do want a logo, you can create one. It's usually 150. Oh no, 150 by 150 is the icon up here. I will give you dimensions on that in the description box below because I do not have that on my head right now for the logo. But you don't need a logo. If you don't want the logo, you can just click the up arrow and click delete, and then you can just add a text to the side. I'm gonna move this and just say Dr. Bob Regal. That doesn't even make sense, but and you can bold it, you can delete this, and then that can be what your logo is, right? So you don't need an image logo if you don't want to have one. So ignore this menu thing for now. What I'm going to do is now click on this and click on the, I think, is it this one? Yes. So I want you to hover over the header and click on this icon, then go to the very left-hand side, click that, and click Make It Global. So anytime I edit anything in this now, whenever I add in that this global template again, it's just going to pop up the exact same. And then whenever I edit any header that is this global header, all the changes will sync together. So then we're going to move on. I'm going to work on our home page. So what I can do is make it very, very simple. And I might just do something like this. So I'm going to say, you can put your name here. You can put your institution or department or whatever you feel proud of here. And then you can put a short description of what you work on here and make it like 1 to 2 sentences so that it's brief. Then what I want you to do is click on this button, and you can click on the text to change it. And I'm going to create one button that says contact me, and you can change it, but I'm just making a template right now that you can go back to. Then, and I'll show you how to change colors later. So after I create that first block, I am then going to create another block that focuses on contacting me. You can also reformat it. Right now I'm looking for a contact block, which I could just look for here. And I just realized this might be blocking your way. There we go. So what I'm going to do is look for a contact block that looks appealing. And I think I'm going to use this one. All right. And then you can just say, please contact me using this form, or email me at drbob@untitled.edu. And then you can change the text from submit message to send message. And what you want to do, which this is a little technical, so if you do not want to do this, I suggest that you do not use a contact form. But what you do is when you click on the button and you click on this plug icon, you can connect it to an email provider. You'll notice that there is no Outlook, there is no Gmail. These are all marketing email providers. So if you do not do marketing, if you do not own an online business, then I would suggest that you don't even use a contact form, but you should still have a contact box on your homepage. So let's just go off of how the majority of people do not have a marketing email provider. I'm just going to delete this form and we'll come back to this later. Then I'm going to create another block where it's going to showcase my publications that I'm very proud of, whether it's publications, presentations, or videos that I've been featured in. I want a place to showcase that. And let's see, gallery might just be media, but that might work. And let me see features. Features might have something, because what I'm looking for is multiple columns for me to feature something. So what I'll do is something simple like this. And again, you do not have to do what I'm doing. Now, what I'm noticing is that this is going to be better if it is right after this first block here. So what I'm going to do is click on this on the left-hand corner here and drag this block to be under the home block. Now, what I'm going to do is add a header on top of this. I'm going to center it. I'm going to click on the text and turn it into a header. And I'm going to say my publications and featured works. Then you can put an image preview of your work, or you can also embed a video. I'll show you how to do that right now. You click on this plus button, you click on video, you drag it in here. You would click on this photo, click the trash can button to delete it, click on the video, press the play button, and you can insert the link to the video. Then you can edit the cover image if you want, and that's that. If you want to say you have a TED Talk, so you can say the title of your TED Talk here, and you can put a description of your TED Talk here. Then you can add a button, so click this plus button. You can, where's button? Here it is. Then drag it under this text and say, watch on YouTube. Or they can also just click this and it will start playing. Now, then if you want to add a publication, you can either add a photo from Unsplash that is looking like your topic. Say you are in zoology and you wrote something about zebras. I know nothing about zoology, so I'm very sorry if that was disrespectful. So I can download this image. I'm just going to download it. I'm going to click on this image, click on the photo, click on the X, and then click on the upload button, go to downloads, click on this, upload it. Wait for it to upload. It might take a while depending on your internet speed. Then it will show up. So you can put the title of your publication here, a short description of your publication here, and then you can say, drag a button in here and say, click to read. Then if you are like me and you like to showcase a lot more than just 2 pieces of your work, then you can click on this and click this button to duplicate it, and you'll notice that it pops up again. So what I'm going to do is delete this header since we already have one up here. Then I'm going to hover over this spacer that says 75 pixels. I'm going to make it small, and I'm going to make this one small as well. So then it looks about even. I can drag it out to make it look a little more even. Then I can continue adding more works that I would like to feature. So maybe at this point, so you're getting a hang of it. Then what I think is missing is I'm going to put a link down here beneath this that says click view all of my work, and you can change that to view all of my publications, view all of my whatever featured work. Or I'm just going to put view all of my work, and I'm going to change the icon to maybe just a star. That might seem pretentious, but I just wanted to get people's attention. Then I want to click on this. I want to duplicate it. I want to say view my work. And then I want to duplicate it again and say view my CV. And those are the most essential things I want the people to see right off the bat. Now, what I want to do next is create a footer, because as you see here, we have a header, and below here, I want to, at the bottom of every single page, I also want a footer. So I'm going to click add a new block at the bottom, go down here to the left, and it might be covered, but it's under headers, and there's a footer section. I want you to click that and choose a footer that you like. And I mostly enjoy ones that are very simple, but it gives me space to include an email address. So I'm going to click on, I think one of these. So I'm just going to click on this one. Right. So what I'm going to do is actually remove this menu, because I personally will not need it, since this menu will be hovering over the entire time. So what I'm going to do is make this header or footer smaller. Then I'm going to select all of this text, and I'm going to type your name. That's where you can write your name, and then you can say privacy policy and enter another line, terms of service. And what I'm going to do is go back to this footer later, and I'm going to eventually add links to the terms of service and privacy policy pages. But for now, I'm going to leave that as is. Then if you want, you can also replace your name with, say, email me, and then put your email here, and that will be there as well. So it's up to you whatever you want to put in your footer, whatever you think is the most useful for the people who come visit your website, put that down there. Then what I want to do is click publish, because this will save my website, and am going to move on to the next page. So if you notice, I am keeping my homepage very simple. I want them to continue navigating through my academic work, right? So I either want them to right off the bat, either contact me, view my work, which I spelled wrong, or I want them to view my CV. Essentially, I want them to know how awesome and incredible I am in the field. So how am I going to add a new page? What you do is you go to the left-hand side here and you click on the gear. Then all you have to do is click add new page. And it might take a minute, but then you will have a new page, and you can click on settings, change the page title. So the first thing I'm going to do is my work, and I'm just going to label it as publications, or you can just label it as work. So I might just label it as work because it's very simple. And then I'm going to go to edit page, and it will bring me to the editor in this page. Now, remember how I made the header global? So what you do is you click this button, then you go to global blocks, and you click on this block. And as you see, every change that I made will be here. And I haven't created a menu yet. Again, let's hold off on that until the end. But everything here is the same. And what I did forget to mention is how to add links to your social media. What you do is you just click on any of these icons and you click the link button here. And then you can paste the link to your Facebook profile, to your Twitter profile, whichever. And you can choose the options of whether you want the links to open up in a new tab or not. Now, then you can click Add New Block. And again, what we're making here is the page that features your publications and your very proud work. So choose a format that looks professional, that is minimalistic, and that can really get people to want to look through your stuff. You do not want it to be an eyesore. Basically, I think all of us can agree on that. So look for a template that would make you want to click on something. Now, whether you want it to feature an image or just an icon, that's up to you. I like things that look more simple because I know many academics, they love to feature the media that they take. And what by media, I mean videos and photos during their field research or when they go to conferences like that. So something like this might feel better, right? So then you can showcase something that grabs their attention and they would want to read more. Now I'm going to delete this because this is so boring looking. I'm going to replace them with buttons that will say, read my publication, go to this blah, blah, blah journal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this in here. And I'm going to say, read in full. And I can duplicate it and drag it here. I can duplicate it again, drag it. That wasn't what I wanted to do. So duplicate it, drag it here, and duplicate it, and drag it here. Now, if you ever do make a mistake, you can go to the bottom here, and then you can click this undo button, and it'll undo it for you. And then you can click the redo button, and it'll redo everything for you. Then make sure to frequently click the update button. We hate losing our work, right? So what's missing here is a header that describes what this page is all about. So I'm going to add a very nice header. And I would like this header to be pretty much the same on every single page. So I'm trying to find the one that I used before. And it is not here. So is it a hero one? I'm sorry that this is taking so long, but I really want to get this right for you. So what am I going? I do suggest that you do not use these slider ones because these are very distracting and they do not let people navigate through your website at their own pace. So what I'm going to do is just insert a typical, they do not have the one I was using before. So what I'm going to do is just use this. And I don't know why the image did not load. There we go. Then I'm going to say my publications and featured works. And this is going to be my header. And if I want to change the background of this, I can hover over this, click on this button, click here, this button, and then you can click the X button and replace the image, or you can click on this video icon, replace it with a video. Now, then I can continue adding name of your publication here, description of your publication, and I'm just going to copy that and paste that. And what I'm going to do is organize this with publications on top and then videos on bottom. And then I'm going to create 2 columns where, blank block. I'm going to add a blank block and it comes up with 2 columns. I'm going to add 2 buttons. And one button is going to say published, I'm just going to say publications. The other one is going to say video features. And I think I'm going to actually duplicate this. And let's see, what else? Perhaps I had field research. I'm not entirely sure. I'm just going based off of what I remember from some of my professors. So I'm going to add this here. And I'm going to make sure there's just a little bit of padding because I want them to keep reading and scrolling. So instantly they'll be able to, we'll link these to the blocks later. So don't get confused right now. I'm just trying to put the look and feel into it right now. And I'm going to label this first section. I'm going to label this, make it a header first. I'm going to say publications. And you can link these by clicking on the link button and then clicking on the link button. And you can link it to a journal, you can link it to a PDF, or you can directly click on file and you can upload a file. You can click on this, it'll ask you to upload a file. And then whenever someone clicks on this button, it will show them the file. So you can do that as well. So it depends on what you want to do. You can link it to a journal, you can upload a file and they can click on the file and download it. So because I know you have many publications, probably I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to delete this and make this small. And then I'm going to duplicate it again. And I'm going to move it down. So I'm going to go to the left-hand side here. Then I'm going to drag this down. I'm going to say that this is video features. And then this is more so conference A. If you recorded a conference, conference B, head talk A, or interview A. And then you can say description of video. And I'm going to copy and paste that everywhere. And then I'm going to say, click to watch. For some reason, it's not pasting, so I'm going to type everything. And I'm going to click update. And this is actually up to you. So you can just keep these images here and then add a button with a link to the video or to the file that you can upload to the video. Or you can delete that and then you can insert the video instead. And then when they click on it, they will be able to expand it. So let me just see. Oops. YouTube, TED Talk. I'm just going to take a random one. Don't judge me on which one I'm taking. I'm just going to take the first one that pops up, copy the link address, and I do not want to go to TED, I'm going to click on this play button, paste this link so I can show you how it works. And then whenever someone clicks on this, it's already embedded in there so that they can start watching the video, and they can click the full screen button so that it can expand. And then you can also leave this button there as well. There's no harm in doing that. So there's just simply more calls to action. And so what I'm going to do is duplicate this and put that here and delete this one. So that is that. And or you can just keep a image preview of the video, and if it's an interview with no video, you can just keep an image, and then you can say, so maybe for example I can move that here, and this is an interview with no video, and then you can just say click to listen, and you can do that. And then you can also, I'm going to duplicate this. Well, I'll duplicate this. Well, that's unnecessary. I'm just going to delete this header. Then what I'm going to do is you can also do podcast feature A, interview B, TED Talk B, and conference C. So it's really up to you. You can really do whatever you want here, and it's up to you, truly, what you want to do with featuring your work and how you want people to view it. And I'm just giving you a template here, and it looks a little boring. What I'm going to do is change the background color just a little bit to this color, and I'm going to change the color scheme later because this isn't quite my style, but I'm making this easier to visually categorize what everything is. So these are video features and these are publications. And then I'm going to, not that, and then I'm going to go up to publications, duplicate it once more, go to the left-hand side so I can move it. And I'm going to move it down to the very bottom. And this will be field research. And I can, perhaps I was on field research with a group and we were featured in the newspaper. So newspaper feature, and this one can be another newspaper feature. And you can say that this was an interview held, or you can say community meeting held during blank project. And you can say, maybe you were interviewed by if you even get that footage. I'm not even sure if you can get that footage, but then you can either read in full, watch in full, read in full, watch in full. That's up to you, because sometimes I know in field research you can have an assortment of media, whether it's videos, audio, or just images. Make sure that you have permission to use those on your website. At the very least, please credit the people. I think we all know that as people in academia. But then what I want you to do is see if this fits your needs. This might be way more than what you have, and it might be way less. And perhaps you want to leave, instead of field research, this can just link to your other sites. So maybe your academia, you can say click to You can link them. I'm trying to think of a caption for this, but essentially you could link them to your academia.edu website. So your profile there, or you can link it to your scholar.google page. I'm not sure how many people would want to see that. Sometimes you could embed it in here, but that's a little complicated. So I don't want to get too much into that. But essentially, and I spelled that wrong again. There's something about being on camera that makes me spell everything wrong. Essentially, what I'm saying is that you can link out and embed anything that you want to feature your work. And you can turn that into a button. You can turn any text into a link. It's whatever you want. All right. So that's up to you. Now, what I was going to do is, so let's just duplicate this. That is not what I wanted to do. Click on this one and duplicate that. And what I'm going to do, field search. All right. So what I'm going to do is now link all of these blocks together. So whenever someone clicks on this button, they're going to be linked to the publications block. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on this publications button, click on the link button, click on block, and then you're going to click on this publications block, and that's it. Then you're going to click on video features, click on the link, go to block, scroll down until you can see the tiny text of the block that says video features. Then that's it. Go to field research, click on the link button, go to block, scroll all the way down and click on the block that features field research. Then if you do want to link to your academia.edu profile, you can click on link and paste the link here. And that's it. You can choose whether or not you want people to have that opened up in a new tab or not. That's up to you. Let's, first of all, update, and then we can move on to the next page. So the next page that I want you to do is essentially create an about page. So that's not what I wanted to do. We're going to click on settings. Then we're going to click add new page and click on settings, say about me. And then you can just read, the link will just be about. Save. You're going to click edit page. And if it comes up with that error, it means that you have to click update again. And then you can go to the gear. And then you can click edit page. You can start building. So you can click this, go to global blocks, add in your header. Then you can start making your about page. So what you can do is what I was going to do, and what I forgot to do is I'm going to go back to the My Work page. And then I'm going to click on this header because I want to keep it. So I'm going to just keep it as a heart, and I will save this as a template, and I'll use it. Then I'm going to go back to the About Me page. I'm going to insert and go to Saved Blocks. Then I'm going to scroll down and click on this, and I'm going to say About Me. Or you can say About Dr. Bob. And then you can start adding blocks that explain your work. Now you can have just text blocks. Say if you are simple and you just want to explain everything in text, perhaps you can just choose one of these. Although these are, you can do something like this. And then you can describe your academic journey, describe your current research projects, describe your previous research projects, and you can put a great quote here. And you can insert an image, which is what I prefer, right here. And you can click the upload button and I'll upload the zebra. And it might take a while because it's a big file. And the zebra will pop up. Then you can simply just end it there if you want. But what I'm going to do is go back to the My Work page. And I'm going to click this. And I'm going to click the Save button. And I'm going to go back to About Me. And I'm going to click Add New Block, go to Save, and then scroll down, click the button banner. And then I'm going to change the link to the work page. And you can do that for every single one, although it's unnecessary. What I might end up doing is, this one can stay the same. What I might end up doing is in the footer, I might just put the links there. So I think it's about time where we can actually edit the footer. So let's go back to the home page and go to the footer. And if you want, you can add some buttons. Or what I'm going to do is duplicate this and going to try to drag it next to the social media if I can. It won't let me, so I might just oops. There we go. So then I'm going to drag this on the side to make it bigger. And I'm going to make this home. And then I'm going to say my work projects. And I'm going to say contact me. Well, I'll say about me first. And contact me. And I'm going to make this bold. I'm actually going to make this header. Oh, that's much too big. Going to change the color of this. Although this I just might turn this into a menu. So let me delete that. And let me put menu. And go here. And we're going to click update. We're going to click create menu. And we're going to go to menus. And there's no menu yet. So we're going to create a new menu. Say primary. And we're going to click primary. And then since there are no menu items, we're going to click these three options and then click Save Changes. Now what you can do is click on these gear buttons and change the name that will show up on the button. So you can change home or you can change my work to my publications, and that is what will show up on the button. Then what I'm going to do is click update, and then I'm going to refresh the editor, and then you'll see that the menu will show up. And then they will be brought to those pages. So the last page that I want to make sure that we make is the contact page, the contact me page. But before we do that, now that we have a decent looking header, I'm going to hover over this, or not header, a footer. I'm going to hover over this and I'm going to go to the very left here and click make it global. And then I'm going to click update. I'm going to go to the other pages, scroll down, add new block, go to global blocks, and click the footer that we made. Then I'm going to update it. I'm going to go to the settings, go to the About Me page, click Edit Page. It'll bring me to the About page. I'm going to click here, click Global Blocks, and click here. Then I'm going to click Update. And then I'm actually going to delete this. Then I'm going to click Update. And I'm going to make this look a bit better by adding a preview of my work. So what I think would really pop up is this block where I can write something that is about my research. So write a hook about your current research. And then you can either make this learn more or no, it won't make me do that. Or you can say read. And then you can describe your current project here and invite readers to learn more by clicking the button. Right? And then you can delete that because I don't think that's very useful. All right. Then we're going to click Update. And I actually don't like how this turned out. So I'm going to drag this, come on, to the side here, and this might take a while. Ugh. I hate technology and I'm a web developer. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to delete that. And then I'm going to add social. Maybe, never mind. Okay, we'll undo that and we'll drag it. Oh, this is infuriating. There we go, finally. Then we're going to go here. Or maybe I'll just, nope, we're not going to do that. All right, and then we're going to keep that here. And then we're going to create your contact me page. And we're going to go to settings. We're going to go to add new page. And we're going to click settings, contact me. And then I'm going to just name the link contact. And then let's go edit that page. Then we're going to click this. We're going to click global blocks. We're going to click the header. Then we're going to go to blocks and we're going to click on saved blocks and we're going to scroll down and click the header. Okay, let's get in touch. Then what I do like to do is something let's go down all the way down where you can click contact and it'll bring you to the contact pages. So if you want to put where your address is, you can. I don't think it's necessary, but essentially you just want to create a space that makes it clear that they can contact you. So give them instructions. You can say, email me at Bob. And you can say, my office is 1, 2, 3, 4, Dr. Bob Street, and then you can give them your number if you want. My office. And you can highlight this and click bold. Oops. And then you can highlight that and click bold. You can, oops. And then you can highlight this, click bold. And then you can update that. And again, we were not going to use this form. And you can add links, which is what I'm going to do, to your work. So let's see. Maybe there is a good block for this. Going to do I actually like this block better. So, whoops. I'm going to cut that. I'm going to say, this will be the address. And this will be the phone number. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to say, contact me. And I'm going to ignore that for now. I'm going to change this icon by clicking on it, clicking on the star, clicking on the icon. Then since that's my email, I'm going to type in email and click that. I'm going to click on this icon, click on the star, click on this. I'm going to do address. And I can use that one. Then I'm going to click on this and click on the icon, click on phone. Then I am going to, what was I going to do here? You can either delete it or what can you do? I'm going to click on this and then learn. This will be a link to his work. So you can put great quote goes here if you want. And I'm going to delete this. Oh, that's what I was going to do. So I was going to delete lists. Then I was going to insert something in there. And I'm going to change the icon to the star that we used the other day. I'm going to go down here, go to global blocks, click the footer. There we have that. And what I'm going to do, since those are the essential pages, I'm going to click on the settings, go to menus, and then I'm going to click the contact me button. And that is it. I'm going to click save changes. Then I'm going to go to getterms.io to create our privacy policy in terms of service page. So what I'm going to do is click this gear button. I'm going to click add new page. I'm going to click the gear button. And I'm going to say that this is the privacy policy. Privacy policy. I'm going to click save. I'm going to add a new page. And I'm going to click settings. I'm going to say terms of service. And the permalink is also going to be terms. And I'm just going to name as terms to be simple. Then I'm going to go to the privacy policy page. I'm going to click this. I'm going to go to global blocks. I'm going to click the header. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to save blocks. Scroll down. Go to this header. And say privacy policy. Then I'm going to update that. Then we're going to go to getterms.io. Click on this basic policy, free. Then you're going to scroll down, enter all of this information, and then I want you to paste it in a new block. Click add blank block. I want you to click on this blue arrow, click the delete button, go to the plus button, drag the text in here, and then I want you to paste the privacy policy from getterms.io here. And let me actually give you instructions. Go to getterms.io. And then I want you to choose the basic plan that is free. Enter your website information. Copy the text. And then paste it here. And click update. Then I'm going to go to global blocks and add my footer. Wonderful. And what I'm going to do is actually change the color of this footer. And I'm going to highlight privacy policy in the footer, click on this link, and I'm going to type in /privacy policy. So now my footer will always link to my privacy policy. So we're going to do the same thing with the terms of service. And I'm going to make it faster by clicking on this and clicking on the heart and clicking update. Then I'm going to go here, click on edit page with terms of service. Then I'm going to click the plus button, go to global blocks, again, go click on the header, and then click on the block, go to save blocks, scroll down, click on this header, and I'm going to type in terms of service. Then I'm going to click add new block, go to save blocks again, scroll all the way down and click this text. That was the information. And I want you to instead go to the terms of service. Then I want you to click add new block, go to global blocks, and go to header. Because once you go here, then you can, this will generate your terms of service and privacy policy. So simply do that, and then you can highlight terms of service and click on this link, and then you will do /terms. And now your footer will link to your terms of service. And that is it. That is all you need for that. What I'm going to do with this is change this and make it a little bit smaller so that it matches the height of the icons a little bit better. All right, now what I want to show you is how to change the color scheme. So we can go to the home, and you'll notice that all of the buttons are the same color and everything like that. So we can go to the paintbrush, and you can click current style, and there'll be a drop down. And if you click through all of them, you can choose a style that you like better. And you might like orange. You might like this. And you'll notice that it changes the fonts. So say if you like this theme and you want to change the text. So what you do is you can click on the font that you want to change, and you can just change it to, say, Montserrat. and then it will change it like that. So it's really up to you on what you want to do with the colors and the fonts. You can do the same with the colors as well. You can click on this and you can change the color to whatever you want it to be, and it will change it to that. So what I'm going to do is click on something that's more blue. This might work. Magazine works a little better for me. Then what I'm going to do is start optimizing the sizes of these buttons. So I'm going to click this, I'm going to click here, and I'm going to click small, and same with this one. Click small, same with this one. We're going to click small, and I'm going to go up here, click on settings, and more settings, and I am going to make, oops, it went away. So we're going to click on settings, go to more settings, and I'm going to change the padding. So we're just going to change the padding to 50-50 on the sides. So that it shows up a little bit better. Now, you might not like how there are 3 buttons and that might look annoying. So you can just delete this if you want. And then if you want to make your CV available everywhere on your website, I suggest creating a menu item. And well, I was going to actually create a button and drag it to the side. Where did it go? All right. Or what I can do is duplicate this. So I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to say, view my CV. And I'm going to click here, click this button, go to the icon, here, paper, or document, and there's nothing, it's not what I wanted. And you can just link your CV to a file here, or you can link to it here. And then that's that. What I'm going to do is delete this block and then go to the settings here, go to contact me, and I'm going to make this global by clicking that and clicking make global. Then to click update. Did I link this to work? Then I'm going to go to the home page. Here, go to global blocks, then click the contact me so that is right on the home page. And that is that. This will link to work. This will link to contact. And that is that. So now your CV is going to be accessible here as long as you link it to a file that you upload or to a URL that has your CV on it. Then they can always email you up here, and they can always access your basic information here. And this is your academic website, the bare bones of it. What you can do is add pages like a page about your teaching, about the services that you do, about a consulting service that you offer, about products, about media and a press kit. You can offer a page that allows people to work with you, or you can even have your own blog. And you can do that very easily with Brizy. With the blog, what you would do is you would create a blog post for every page right now with Brizy Cloud, because they don't have something like WordPress where it's a tab that is completely dedicated to blog posts. Essentially, every new page you would make a new page for every new post, and you can create a template. So I will do that right now, and I will say blog post template. Post one, and then I'll click save. But I will also want a page to feature my blog posts. Blog posts. Blog. And what I will do is go to menus and add my blog to the menu and add it here and click save changes. Then we're going to go create a blog post template. And I'll show you how to do that. So what we're going to do is click plus, and we're going to go to global blocks, click the header, make another block, go to save block, scroll all the way down, and then this is going to be title of your article. And then what you're going to do is click this, go again to save blocks because you created a text block already, and then you can say text goes here, and then you can add an optional sidebar by going here, and you can say optional sidebar, and you can add, for example, and you can add an archive. You can add buttons to your work. I don't find it extremely necessary, but you can add widgets here that will give you what your audience needs. Then I would click here and go to global blocks and click footer, then click update. And then this is where your text would be. Now, then what I would do is make sure that you put some media here. So for example, perhaps it is the zebra image again. And it might take a while. And you can zoom in or out, and you can make it smaller. So I'm going to make it smaller. I'm going to drag it below the text. I'm going to make it go here. And I'm going to say, duplicate this. And keep duplicating it. Header here. Header here. And there you go. So this can be your blog post template. And then what you can do is go to settings, and you can copy this page. Now, then you want to go to edit page with the blog itself, and you want to click the plus button, go to global blocks, click the header, then you want to click the plus button, go to save blocks, scroll down, click the header, and you want to say blog. And you want to update the blog posts. So you can click, for example, this one again, and you can say article title goes here. You can say description of the blog post goes here. And then you can say read more, read more. Read full article, perhaps. And I'm going to give you instructions on how to change the link. So essentially, you would click this link, you would click the link button, then you would paste the link to the blog post there. All right, so I'm going to do that as well. And I'm going to duplicate this. And you will have to manually update all of the blog posts because unlike WordPress, it will not give you an automatic blog post feed. So you will have to manually update this blog post feed with your newest blog posts. And then I'm going to add a global footer here. And I actually do not like these social icons, so I'm going to delete them and just keep it like that. Then, or I could keep it, oops. I think that's it for what you really need for your academic website. Now, you can again add as many pages as you need and then link to them through buttons or menu items because you want to make sure that your audience can reach them. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, but sometimes people forget that. So even on WordPress websites, trust me. So that is that. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments or email me, and I will get back to you on those. I know this is a little all over the place, so I do apologize, but this is essentially your guide on how to create an academic website. So that's a wrap. Now, I do want to give you some final tips on how to maintain your website because if you don't maintain your website, that is worse than having no website at all. And that is one of the rules for maintaining your website. An outdated website is worse than no website at all. You should, by rule of thumb, try to update your website at least 4 times each year, just so that your publications are up to date and your credibility and reputation is up to date. Now, if you post content like videos, blog articles, etc., make sure that you can commit to posting them consistently because, again, an outdated website is worse than no website at all. And that's all I wanted to show you today. That was quite a long video, but I hope it wasn't overwhelming. And I know that it very easily could have been overwhelming. So don't feel bad if you do feel overwhelmed because that's pretty common when it comes to creating a website. So what I want to let you know about is you don't have to do it alone. We have a service for academics that is great if you do not want to make your own website, but you still want the high quality website with all of the necessary pages pre-designed for you, all of the legal privacy terms of service and privacy policy there for you, that you just have to insert your website name and your brand name there, which would be just your name. And all you have to do is insert your own text and images. It's really just as simple as that. We deliver it to you, we install it for you, and we give you all of the detailed video tutorials that you need to customize and launch your website in as little as 2 to 3 days. Now, we recommend that you would purchase this $99 academic website as a non-WordPress website, because we do offer both WordPress and non-WordPress websites. Most academics do not need the complexity and the high maintenance costs of a WordPress website to build a credible website for themselves. So I would suggest against the WordPress website. I would suggest that academics purchase a non-WordPress website if you were to use our service, and we will deliver the website for you and install it for you within 2 to 3 days of you purchasing your non-WordPress website and submitting the request form that comes right after purchase, so that you tell us all the details that you want with your website. And it's really as simple as that. It is truly a one-time fee of $99. A non-WordPress website, we give you 6 months of free website hosting, and after that it is just $9 a month. And again, website hosting is that digital real estate spot that you build your website on that you need. And essentially, that's it. Once you get your website done, what you do is you go back to your Brizy dashboard and you click here and you go to your dashboard. And let me click update once more. And you click on this link and you can choose, again, if you bought a custom domain from namecheap.com or something like that, then you can choose to publish to your own custom domain. And if not, then you can choose to use a free subdomain, which will be ending with brizy.site. Okay, so you can do drbob.brizy.site if you want, and that will be your new website. But if you have a custom domain, try to use your custom domain, and I will leave a link to the instructions on how to do that, because it can get a little technical. And if you do, and that's it. So let me know if you have any questions, and leave your questions in the comments below. I'm sorry that this went for so long. For a short version, you can really just go to our website to view the article version of this tutorial. But I hope it was helpful. I hope it made sense, and I hope that it made it seem possible that you can indeed create a website for academics on a budget and make it look really good. So have a great day, guys, and I hope this was helpful to you. Talk to you soon.